Hey, set your mind right now. Nothing before this matters. We came here with everything still on the line. Everything you wanted in the offseason is still out in front of us. What would you give for that moment right now? Let's go, man.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Yo, what is good, Raider Nation? It is your boy Raider Alex. I am back with yet another video for you guys. In this video, guys, since the season has officially already been over for a while, I'm going to be talking about the 2021 draft class. It was the last draft class of the Mike Mayock and John Gruden era. Essentially, I'm just going to talk about the picks, how I thought they did this season. I'm just going to give them a grade from F to A depending on how they played, if I thought it was a good pick, that sort of thing. But yeah, guys, before I start on that, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. If you guys love Raiders related content like this, it'll really help me out to keep pushing out these Raider related videos for you guys. But with that being said, guys, let's jump right into it. So yeah, guys, we're gonna start with the first round pick that we had in 2021, and that was, we selected Alex Leatherwood out of Alabama. We initially selected him as, he was a tackle, and that was the plan from the get-go, that he was going to play right tackle for this team. Honestly, the night of the draft, I can remember it like it was yesterday, man. I was not excited at all. With that 17th pick, bro, I really wanted us to get, Merrick. I thought he was a first rounder for sure. And when we selected Leatherwood, I mean, it's frustrating, man, just because you see, all these mock drafts, you're watching all these videos on, potential names that we could select in the first round. And then when somebody's name gets called and you we're not expecting that at all, you're just like, whew, you're just very disappointed. Essentially, man, I think this was a reach. At the end of the day, the pick was not that bad though, because yes, we did draft him as tackle, and we had to move him back to guard, because, man, he was struggling tremendously those first couple of weeks, man. I think against the Steelers, I remember, I mean, he got injured, but honestly, I would not be surprised if they faked that injury, just because, man, he was getting exposed out there. But when we moved him to guard, he did so much better at guard. He definitely started to develop a lot better. My issue with him though is he still needs to clean up the issues he has with penalties. Like I said, later in the season he did get a lot better, but there was a lot of games where he had crucial penalties, man, that he was really a drive killer at times, man, especially like in that playoff game too, and a couple other games, man. He needs to clean that up. Look, it wasn't a slam dunk pick, especially for it being in the first round, but at the end of the day, it wasn't terrible. If I had to give a grade for this pick, I would have to give it a C, just because, man, those first weeks, bro, that was an F grade. He got a lot better. At the end of the day, as a first round pick, I'm gonna have to grade the first rounders a little bit harder than these later round picks. But yeah, it's a C. But you know what, I do feel good about Alex Leatherwood, how he can progress for years to come on this team. So yeah, guys, that is my grade for Alex Leatherwood. So for the second round pick, man, we selected Trayvon Mercer out of TCU. And man, this was a slam dunk pick. I did not think that was even going to happen, man. When we selected Leatherwood, I was like, fuck, well, Merrick will not be there in the second round. He was. The good thing with that was there's news that, he had an injury that, made him fall. Thank God for that injury news that came out, because it made him fall right into our laps, man. It's kind of funny, man, because if you would have reversed the picks, if Merrick would have been the first rounder at pick 17 and Leatherwood at 43, I feel like none of us would have had any problems with those, the selection in the first round. But yeah, like I said, this was a great pick, man. To me, he was a first rounder, so to be able to steal him in the second round was tremendous. Overall for a rookie, bro, I think he played tremendously. He was pretty solid as hell. He had 39 tackles. He only had 1 interception, which is not ideal. I do want him to get more turnovers, but just in general, this defense was not very aggressive. We just in general, we didn't have much of any interceptions, throughout the whole year. But like I said, man, I am definitely excited to see how he, can progress under Patrick Graham, who's, a lot more versatile, can put him in better situation. He's going to be asked to do, a lot more things, and I think he'll, play to his strengths continuously, man. And yeah, man, this was a slam dunk pick in my opinion. Now, with our 3rd round pick at pick 79, we picked up Malcolm Coons, defensive end. This year, he really didn't get a whole lot of playing time, so it's going to be hard to give a grade for this. Although he didn't get a lot of playing time, he did end up getting 2 sacks on the season. You definitely saw that he was getting pressure here and there. And like I said, he didn't get a whole lot of playing time, and it's kind of hard. We got Max Crosby, we got Yannick Ngakoue, so of course they're gonna get the majority of the snaps over him. But I think this guy definitely has a whole lot of promise. And I think, our new defensive coordinator is going to put him in the right situations. What I noticed with him is when his hand was in the dirt, it just looked kind of awkward at times with him. But when he was standing up, he looked a little bit better. So I would not be surprised if, when we go to the 3-4 on certain sets, if he gets more playing time. But like I said, man, if he can continue to grow, I think we could have, a potential replacement for Yannick Ngakoue after his contract comes up. But yeah, now in terms of grade, like I said, it's kind of hard to give him a grade just because he didn't get a whole lot of playing time. If I had to give a grade, I'll give him a C, just because he did do a little bit while he was out there. But like I said, not a whole lot to go off of, in terms of playing time. But yeah, Coons, overall, I think he's definitely a guy that was, for the future, and I'm definitely excited to see the way he progresses for this team. Now, with our 2nd, 3rd round pick, back to back at pick 80, we selected safety Divine Diabolo. We drafted him as a safety. He really didn't get much of any playing time. At the beginning of the season, he was mostly a special teams guy. And yeah, we drafted him as a safety, but there's a lot of rumors that we might convert him into linebacker, and that's exactly what we did. Towards later in the season, you began to see that he was actually starting to get some playing time. When he was playing too, Corey Littleton's snaps dropped down, so that definitely shows you that he was being productive out there. He looked very good out there too. He's a super athletic young linebacker, man, and he's only going to continue to grow. A lot of us were getting worried when we saw that he wasn't getting enough playing time, but I think that was the right decision. It seems like he just probably wasn't ready, to go in immediately, against NFL talent. So you wait a little bit on him, and you don't just throw him, out to the wolves. And it paid off with this guy, man. That we have a young linebacker, for years to come. In the 3rd round, I mean, at the end of the day, this grade, I'm gonna have to give it a B+, very close to an A. The only reason I just won't give it an A just because he didn't contribute from the start. But at the end of the day, this was a great pick in my opinion. Now in the 4th round, we selected safety Tyree Gillespie. You look back at the way he played this season. Well, he honestly didn't get a whole lot of snaps as a starter. Little to any, honestly, mostly just special teams, and kind of sucks. I was definitely excited to see him. The big knock on him coming out of college was that he had 0 interceptions, so hopefully this guy can become a productive starter for us in the future, and hopefully he can get that first interception with us. But like I said, not much to say about this guy. Not a lot of playing time. Grade, I'm gonna have to do to be determined, because we need to see him out there more. But I would not give up on this guy. It's way too early, and hopefully, like I said, he can be a solid starter for us for years to come. Now in the 5th round, the Las Vegas Raiders selected Nate Hobbs, cornerback. And man, this was another great pick. Honestly, it's just a great pick, man, just because to get a 5th round guy and for him to be a starter on your team, and honestly, in my opinion, I think this guy could be a future Pro Bowler, in my opinion, if he keeps progressing as he should. The thing with him in college is he was like a hit or miss guy. There's a lot of good tape on him, but then there's a lot of tape of him just getting cooked against other receivers. So, you know, it was kind of when we drafted him, I didn't really know what to think. I'm like, shit, like the way our luck is, you know, we're gonna get the guy that keeps getting burnt on every fucking play, you know. But the thing is, he played outside linebacker primarily in college. We made him into a slot cornerback, and he's excelled at that position, man. Like I said, he's been solid as hell. He could definitely be a future Pro Bowler at the slot cornerback position, in my opinion. I have seen some people say that, oh, like, why don't we move him to, you know, outside? No, do not do that, man. Look, he's playing good at the slot. Leave him there, bro. Let him excel at the slot cornerback position, and you know, we can get an. Let's get somebody else to play on the outside. But like I said, man, this was a great pick. On the 2021 year, he had 54 tackles, only 1 interception. You know, like same thing with Merrick, man. Like I said, this defense just in general didn't get a whole lot of turnover, so I'm not going to judge him, you know, primarily on that. But you know, my grade for this pick, man, another home run pick, A for the grade on that. And yeah, that was another good pick, like I said. And the last pick in round 7, we selected center Jimmy Morrissey. Not much to say here. This is an F grade just because he's not even on this team. He never even played 1 snap with us. You know, he didn't even make the roster. He got picked up by Houston. I don't really know what really happened to him. I don't know if he got a whole lot of playing time over there. But yeah, like I said, you know, it's the 7th round. That happens. But you know, like I said, that's an F grade. The only real bad pick of this draft class, in my opinion. So yeah, guys, overall I think this 2021 draft class was actually pretty good, you know. Me personally, I didn't mind how, you know, Mike Mayock drafted for the most part, especially in those later rounds. I think Mike Mayock's main issue was like managing the, you know, the cap and those sort of, you know, signing players to, you know, way too high of a contracts, that sort of thing, you know. But this was the last draft of, you know, the old era we had. You know, at least they left us with some nice young pieces to build off. And yeah, it's definitely going to be super exciting to see how this new era does in, you know, their first draft coming up. Are they going to be aggressive? Are they going to trade up to get certain guys? Are they going to try to trade back? You know, what's their philosophy going to be in the first round? Is it best player available? That sort of thing. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think down below on the draft class. Who was your guys' favorite pick in this 2021 draft class? Me personally, if I had to choose one, it's either between Merrick or Hobbs. I'm gonna lean towards Hobbs just because, like, I just love those stories, man, when you can get guys super late and they turn out to be, you know, great players for your team, like Max Crosby years past, and this year was with Nate Hobbs. So yeah, guys, but that is all I have for you guys in this video. Once again, if you guys are new to the channel and you guys love Raiders related content like this, make sure to subscribe down below. It'll really help me out. And that is all I have for you guys in this video. I will see you guys in the next one.